You've probably heard about India's Vande Bharat Express, right? It's been a total game changer, but the newest version, the 2.0, is a whole different beast. Today, we're going to go under the hood, past the shiny exterior, to really get into the nitty-gritty engineering upgrades that make this train faster, safer, and a whole lot smarter. Let's peel back the layers and see what's really going on.
So, at first glance, yeah, it looks like a sleek, modern train. But here's the thing, the most important upgrades aren't the ones you can see. The real magic is what you feel in that incredibly smooth ride and in the background systems that are constantly working to keep you safe. It all comes down to some brilliant engineering happening right under your feet.
All right, so let's start our journey where any passenger would, inside the cabin. From the second you step on board, you can tell the entire experience has been rethought from the ground up, all with comfort and convenience in mind.
Okay, so one of the first things you'll notice is this huge shift towards universal comfort. It used to be that the best features were only in the fancy coaches, not anymore. Now every single seat is a recliner, and if you're in the executive coach, they've gone even further with seats that spin a full 180 degrees. You've also got bigger screens, Wi-Fi, and a central monitoring system. It's a completely leveled up experience for everyone.
And it's not just about comfy seats. They've really doubled down on health too. The Vande Bharat 2.0 has this photocatalytic UV air purification system. Now that sounds complicated, but what it means is that it uses UV light to zap 99% of germs out of the air. So you're literally breathing cleaner, healthier air for your whole journey. Pretty amazing, right?
All right, comfort is great, but let's be real. This is a semi-high-speed train. So what about the actual performance? Let's get into the numbers, because this is where the engineering really starts to shine. It's all about speed, efficiency, and just how smooth that ride feels. Get this, 129 seconds. That is all it takes for the Vande Bharat 2.0 to go from a complete standstill to 160 kilometers per hour. That's a massive improvement, and it immediately makes you wonder, how on earth did the engineers pull that off?
Well, the answer really boils down to one simple thing: weight. The new train is 38 tons lighter than the first version. To put that in perspective, that's like taking 6 full-grown elephants off the train. And that massive diet is what lets it hit top speed a whole 16 seconds faster. In the world of high-speed rail, that is a huge deal.
So being fast is awesome, but if you're getting thrown around in your seat, what's the point? That's where engineers use something called the riding index. It's basically a fancy way of measuring how much you're getting jostled around. The lower the number, the smoother and more comfortable the ride is.
And when you look at the numbers, well, they really do speak for themselves. The riding index has dropped all the way from 3.87 down to 3.26. That's a huge reduction in all those little vibrations and sways. It means you can actually work or read or just relax without feeling worn out. It's that kind of stability that makes it feel like a truly world-class experience.
So we've got speed, we've got comfort, but none of that matters if the train isn't safe, right? And this is where the Vande Bharat 2.0 has some of its most critical upgrades. It's packed with advanced systems that make it one of the safest trains out there.
The big headliner here, the real game changer for safety, is a system called KAVACH. This is India's own homegrown automatic train protection system. Its job is to prevent collisions. If it senses another train on the same track, it automatically hits the brakes. This is a massive upgrade and wasn't in the earlier models at all.
And it's not just about preventing collisions. The train itself is just tougher. It can now handle floodwaters up to 650 millimeters deep. If there's a power outage, the emergency lights will last for 3 hours. That's 3 times longer than before. They've also doubled the cameras on the outside for better security and added an emergency talkback system so you can speak directly with the guard.
All right, now it's time to get our hands dirty, metaphorically speaking. We've seen what the passenger sees. Now, let's go deep underneath the carriage to look at one of the absolute most critical pieces of the puzzle, the main transformer.
Think of the main transformer as the train's beating heart. It's got one huge job. Take that insane 25,000 volts of electricity from the overhead lines and step it down into a usable voltage that powers everything, from the giant motors that turn the wheels to the phone charger at your seat. And when I say it's a beast, I mean it. This one single component weighs over 4,400 kilograms. It's a marvel of heavy engineering that has to be incredibly tough to handle the constant shaking, rattling, and rolling of life on the rails. So how does it all work? Well, the 25,000 volts come in from the top. The transformer then uses these special coils to reduce that voltage. Some of that power goes straight to the traction converters to drive the train forward, and the rest goes to what they call hotel loads. That's everything else, like the lights, the AC, the infotainment screens, you name it.
So, you've got this massive component pushing incredible amounts of power. It's going to get hot, right? Like, really hot. Keeping a nearly 5-ton piece of electrical equipment cool while it's hurtling down the track is a huge engineering challenge. So how do they do it?
Well, the answer is this really clever cooling system. It's called KAVACH. Basically, a pump pushes special synthetic oil through the hottest parts of the transformer to soak up all that heat. Then, that hot oil gets sent through a big radiator, where 2 giant fans blast it with cool air. The now cooled oil gets sent right back in to do it all over again. It's just this continuous cooling loop.
And of course, a system this critical needs constant attention. This isn't a set-it-and-forget-it kind of deal. Maintenance crews are out there every day doing visual checks, looking at things like the oil level indicator to make sure everything's topped up. They're also checking the air dryers, which are crucial for keeping moisture out and preventing any internal damage.
So when you start to put all these different pieces together, the cushy seats, the faster acceleration, the advanced safety systems, and the hardcore engineering like that transformer, you start to see the bigger picture of what the Vande Bharat 2.0 really is. At the end of the day, this is so much more than just a small update. The train is faster because it's lighter, the ride is smoother, it's way safer because of KAVACH and all those other features. The passenger experience is top-notch. And maybe most importantly, this entire thing was designed and built in India, which is a huge testament to the country's engineering talent.
Vande Bharat 2.0 really feels like a turning point. It's proof that you can combine passenger-focused design with really solid modern engineering to create a travel experience that can compete with the best in the world. And it was all engineered in India.
So, it's not just a new train on the tracks, it's a new standard. It raises the bar for what a railway journey can be. And that leaves me with one final question for you to think about. Is this combination of homegrown engineering and world-class features the blueprint for the future of all train travel in India?